The history of Omaha Public Library is 150 years. The library was kind of a moving target for a while. It was in rented rooms here, rented rooms there, all over the downtown, until 1893. They had a library actually built for them, designed by Thomas Kimball, at 19th and Harney Street, which that building is still there and it's beautiful. I mean, it is a rich history, and things have changed a lot, but some things are the same. I mean, I think the library has always had the same mission, which is to help people get where they want to go, whatever that takes. It's one of the things I love most about the library, that we serve everybody.
How the library's managed to keep up with advances in how we want to consume content. And it's not been either or, it's always been a yes and here. Because it's a venue for kids to get together, to learn. It's a place for adults to gather, to go through different programs, all sorts of different services that are offered through libraries for the community, whether it's like health information, navigating unusual systems, getting seeds for your garden. There's so much that happens at libraries. This library system does all of that and more.
If you look back on the things that caused major changes, being able to add computers into the library, and in a time when the internet was just starting, but it meant that you could download Mango languages. You want to learn Chinese? They had Chinese. You have homework help? You could log in and ask a question, and somebody monitoring that would find the answer to help you with your homework. You want to do ancestry research? The indexes were digitized. All of that started with the library because they're the stewards of information and cultural heritage and repositories of family stories and things like that.
What level of means you have or you come from, but that the impact of the library is universal and it can help everybody in different ways achieve different goals.
We're always going to be buildings with books that patrons can borrow, in addition to whatever new is coming down the line in library services. It's really Omaha Public Library understanding its role that it plays in our community and is opening its doors on a regular basis.
It's really the heart and soul of the community. We're not just books. We have a lot of online things. We have movies, we have activities. We do things out in the public, at our parks. We go to schools. You know, we have a seed bank. We have passes to the zoo and other places. It's really a resource. It's the institutional knowledge of our city, and the staff of OPL and its governing board work really hard to have something for everybody.
It's a community space, and it's a safe community space. And I think that's what people enjoy the most about our library system here in Omaha.
OPL is a real institution in this community. It's a wonderful tribute to the power of libraries.
I think that OPL is celebrating its 150th anniversary is really something neat to be celebrated. 13 different branches that serve different parts of the community, and to be able to have that level of longevity and that depth of impact within different communities really speaks to the Omaha community that's utilizing the library as well as the library's ability to serve.
One aspect of a library that's so essential is that it is of a community and representative of that community. Your local library is really, really important to local residents. But at the same time, you can see that as part of a bigger picture. And so the system is also really, really important to the entire city.
Different branches serve different niche communities in our area, but it's really observing how our patrons are using our branches, what they're telling library staff, and then responding accordingly.
I'm an avid reader, so the library's never really been too far. You know, you switch from fun reading to reading for coursework, and then you finally get done with school and you can switch back to free reading, and then you have kids, and then you switch to children's reading. So it's kind of been an evolution of engagement with the library over time.
A good library means a lot to a community. It can help you find different books. You could find out about all the stuff that you want to research on, and it's important to have a library in a town.
Come here for most of my life. I enjoy volunteering here and checking out movies and books and all sorts of fun stuff. I like the atmosphere in a place like this, calming.
We know we don't have to go very far to find what we need. My children are able to meet other kids and be part of different events. And there's a huge variety for my older kids, my younger kids, for my boys and my daughter. And we really enjoy coming here all the time.
It's important to have that social connection to other people as well as the knowledge that the library holds. It's been a great honor and privilege to share my love of the library with my daughter.
The library is a place for me to explore and find cool books. I like to just read and read and read and read and read and read and read. Read to infinity.
I think most of us have that library story somewhere in us. And remembering, being a child, basically able to walk, get myself into the stacks. I sat for what seemed like forever. And I know this sounds a little abstract, but for me, the role of a library is the same this year, this century, as it's always been, which is a place for human flourishing. It's always been a doorway to open your mind, open your world.
I can't imagine a town or a life without libraries.
When you hear that Omaha Public Library is 150 years old in a community like Omaha, it's easy to understand why there is such a long thread of love that people have for the library system because we've been here so long. There's a strong pride and a strong brand loyalty for OPL, and I think the fact that we're celebrating 150 years is a byproduct of that.
We really have a plan of things that are very practical that we need in all of our current libraries, and then we have plans for things that are really aspirational. And that's what a good plan is. It's a mix of both. And so as we move forward into the future, it's looking at that plan with all this community input and seeing that what we can do by working with our community partners and our philanthropic community and what we could achieve for our libraries to just really to make them better than what they are now.
Time of change, but a time of opportunity. We made a lot of new partnerships with Heritage Services, the philanthropic community, working with the mayor's office and the city council, and our staff working together in the foundation to come up with a vision of better facilities. I mean, we have the new central library coming online on 72nd and Dodge in 2026, which is going to be exciting. We have the new downtown branch here. We'll have another branch in Southwest Omaha, and also seeing the programming. It's not just about the buildings, it's the programming inside.
Central Library is going to have something unique for public libraries. It's going to have an automated storage and retrieval system, something they've called the BookBot, and that is a machine that can hold about 650,000 items. We can curate collections more carefully for the people who use the library, give them more of what they want to see in all of their branches, while also preserving the collection even if some of it's held elsewhere. And that means that we can make more programming spaces more readily. We'll be adding an app where people can check out their books on their phone. We'll be looking at installing pickup lockers for holds. And again, it's about the convenience for the patrons and bringing the library to them in many cases. Just this past June, we acquired a bookmobile, and it's a pickup truck that's built out in the back and fitted out with bookshelves so we can load it up for whatever program we're going to. It can really be customized, and that really will help us market the library in a new way and provide service to areas of the city where people don't have a library. We are fortunate to have been around for 150 years, and I think that the growth that we're experiencing right now is just going to cement our future going forward.
The library's got pedigree and heritage, but I also think that that's a foundation. It's not a totality. Because you can look back on 150 years and celebrate that. But I think what that says is, just imagine what another 150 years could be.